Hi everyone, Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. Today I'm going to talk to you about entries. Entries, if you're looking at trapping, or if you're looking at sticky hands, or if you're looking at the JKD or the June Fawn, we always talk about entries. What kind of entry are we going to work on? Now, anytime that I start working on entries, I'm going to show you guys 4 entries. Now, the 4 entries, real quick through this, we have an inside entry. So this is the person's arms. This is an inside entry. Both my hands are on the inside of his body, his arms here. Okay, this is an outside entry. So my hands are now on the outside of his hands. This is what we call a split entry, which is one on the outside, one on the inside. Then we have what is called a reverse, which is from here. Okay, this is a reverse entry. Now all these entries, if you're working them and to initially start this, I want the guy's hands up. And this is how I'm going to seek him. I want his hands up so I can seek his hands. I'm not going to just go in and then start hammering, and I'm going to usually be out of range so I can seek the hands, which is if I'm here, I will seek the hands. Now, right now, as you can see, I'm seeking the hands from an outside entry. Okay, outside entry. Now with this outside entry, I can always pull my positions of how I need to pull them. Okay, now if I move in, say if I'm going to move in with an inside entry, I will move in here. Sometimes I will trap and I will hit. Here, this one's still semi-covered. And I say semi-covered because there's always, in the sticky hands, there's always going to be a time that I'm going to be feeling every area that I possibly can. I'll be feeling with my upper arms, my elbows, my forearms, my hands, my fingers. And so if I move in, and if I go like in a split entry, the split entry, I may move to here. Okay, now this one's on the outside, this one's on the inside. Now I can move to the outside here, which is a outside entry. Okay, I've already entered, so I'm not really entering, but I'm on the outside line here. Okay, at any time, I can go for a reverse entry, which is here. Okay, this is coming up underneath. Now, the reverse entry is one of those situations that you say, how does a reverse entry happen? Well, the reverse entry, usually the way I train it and the way I teach it is I've already made contact with his hands. So I may move to here and then I may come in for the uppercut. Now, do I always have to come in for the uppercut? No, I don't. Okay, sometimes I can come in for the thumb to the eye. Okay, here. Now sometimes I can come in for like a back knuckle here, or an uppercut, back knuckle, thumb to the eye. If I'm carrying a blade, now my blade is going to be, if I'm here, okay, and I move in, my blade's going to be here. All right, so put my knife away. So anytime on your entries, the 4, okay, outside, inside, split, reverse. Now you have to have footwork with this too. You can't just amble in and expect for your footwork to be, if your footwork's lousy, your hands are gonna be lousy because you have to have a good base. So usually when I come in, I'm gonna do what we call as a closed baizhang. I'm gonna move in either right or left depending on which position I'm working at. I do a lot of left closed baizhang, mainly because the shin on my right foot is not the greatest shape. I've been hit too much, I've been cut up too much, and so I protect it a lot more. So along those lines, if I'm in here, okay, and this is an outside entry, I may trap here and hit. That's still an outside entry. Here, here, here. Okay, so as I trap this over, I'm going to hit. Now, it works better with a real human. The dummy works fine, and it does create sensitivity, and it does teach you how to work by yourself to get the understanding of the 4 entries. If I'm back here and I move in, I go outside entry, okay, inside entry, okay, split entry, reverse entry. You can just work this on your own and continually go back and review my video on how we get our 4 entries. Like I said, I'm seeking the hands every single time. I seek the hands. I may seek it from here. Okay, if I seek this one, I may come in with a pak sao. Seek and come in with a pak sao. Okay, I may do a lap sao here. Okay, this is an outside entry. If I'm here and I move in here, 1, that's an outside entry. Okay, I may come in with a sweeping buji here, outside entry. I may come in the inside here. That's an inside entry. Still doing a sweeping buji, but now I am working on specific areas. You can't always go in and say, well, okay, I'm just going to throw a jab and hit the guy. Well, great, wonderful. If you have a good jab. If you don't have a good jab, you're not going to get the jab in. Especially how I teach. When I throw the jab, I move. When I throw the cross, I move. I never like being right in front of you. I'm going to constantly be moving. If I'm here and I move, I'm going to move with my jab. I'm going to move with my cross. So, as I said, today is just trying to help you to see the 4 entries. You're seeking the hands. I seek the hands. This is an outside entry for seeking the hands. Okay, this is an inside for seeking the hands. Okay, both hands are on the inside of his hands. Okay, now you say, well, what if he doesn't have both hands out front? Well, then that's where it's going to set you up to where it still would be an inside entry, but you're eliminating one of the hands. If this hand is back, and say this is position here, and maybe his other hand's back, if I move in, this is still an inside entry here, even though I'm not worrying about that other hand because I'm still between his shoulders. Okay, I'm still between the shoulders for an inside. Now, if I do a split, now I can split off the left side here. I can split off the right side. Okay, I can split. This is an outside line. If I do a guang sao here and a chung choi, that's an outside entry. I may move in here with a bong sao. Okay, now if I move in here with a bong sao, okay, this is an inside entry. So the technique it's not as important as understanding how I'm making contact with the person I'm engaging with. And those 4 is all you're really going to need and all you're going to have to really think about throughout all your training. Okay, outside, inside, split, and reverse. If you guys have any questions, you can always put a comment on the bottom of my YouTube, and I'm always happy to answer anything I can. But be kind. Okay, be kind. Subscribe to our channel, share my videos, and I'll see you on the next video.